Hello. Today I'm going to show you an awesome questioning Web 2.0 tool that I is like one of my go-tos called polleverywhere.com. So to simply set up an account, you would just go to polleverywhere.com, sign in with Google, and within a minute and a half you have your account. Once you have your account set up, here is your dashboard. Okay, so the free plan is pretty basic, and the free plan is just enough. You can, if you would like to venture off into different other plans where you can do like higher grade things, you can click here to view plans. Of course, they're going to offer it to you as you are navigating the free plan. But heads up, the free plan is just enough. So you would just go to, if you wanted to, create a question for your students or your scholars to be interactive with and you wanted to see their response, you can just go to create and it gives you a number of options to how to use your question. So I'm going to talk about a few of them. You have your multiple choice question. You have a word cloud, which is kind of really cool. You can do this at the end of a lesson, and you can have them give you one word of what they gain from the lesson or one vocabulary word, or you can do it in the beginning of the lesson. You can ask a question where provide or think about what is one word that comes to mind when you think about the Cold War or whatever it may be. You have question and answer where everybody can they can upvote or downvote their answers. So this is kind of good for kind of getting the consensus of the classroom. Like, how did yesterday's lesson go? How did your homework go? You have a clickable image, so they're able to click. You can upload an image and then ask a question, and then they're able to click anywhere on the image and then respond to that question. Like, for example, you have this map here. You can possibly have the map in social studies, or if you could choose anywhere in the world that you would want to go, choose on the map and then they can respond of what they would do when they actually get there. I love this emoji one. This is a great like quick check. How are you feeling about pulling out the main idea? And they're able to drag their click to where how they're feeling on the emoji scale. You have the human body. I mean, they give you a plethora of things. You have the United States map. You have a graph here. If you're doing like coordinate planes for my math people, they're able to drop on a point, okay? And you would put the title here. You have a survey, so if you want to kind of get a scan of how everybody's feeling, you have your open-ended questions. Here's a competition, so you'll create a series of questions, and then who completes the questions first is the winner. You can kind of attach your own incentive to that, but if you click more, there is even more options for you to do. Um, and I'm going to try out one, and you can try these out as you are exploring this site on your own. But for the sake of the video, just so you can kind of see what it looks like, I'm going to do word cloud. Okay, so I'm going to pose a question. Provide or what is one word that comes to mind when you hear the word revolution? Hello, fourth grade social studies. This is for you. All right, so what is one word that comes to mind when you hear the word revolution? And I simply click create, and boom, it's done. So here you have a different options here, and I'm going to talk about them. Your visual settings. So if you want it to be like another color, you can play around with the color, the font. You can get really fancy. Your background. So I don't want a white background. I want a pink background. Yes, you can get really fancy here. Activate, this is when you are ready for it to receive responses. So if I click activate, it's on and it's ready to go. And this is show responses or don't show them. My recommendation is that you do show them so that it kind of feels like they're in the classroom where everybody's sharing out. You can lock it off, you can clear the responses, and then you can also have it full screen. So I'm going to click full screen. And this is what you'll have on your screen. And they're able to respond to different options. They can open up another tab and go to polev.com/ your name will be here 662, or they can text it, which is a great tool for virtual learning as well, because sometimes they get a little confused on how to open up another tab while they're doing something else. Sometimes they can't multitask that well. So the phone will be, I'm sure, if they have a phone, is right there beside that computer, and they're able to text their response there. And I'm gonna come out of here and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. And you definitely want to have it on full screen as they are inputting their responses. So I'm gonna go to another tab as they would, and I would go to polev.com/Shakia Bruce 662, and I'm in. Okay. So here's the question. What is one word that comes to mind when you hear the word revolution? And I'm going to say change. Submit. And once they submit, you'll see it here, and it'll be on the big screen so that the whole class can see it. And you can tell them to keep going if you want to. New. Huge change. War. So it'll create this beautiful word cloud for you. Okay. So I say that I am done accepting responses. So I will just activate. Okay. And here are your responses. All right, so down here, let me talk about these options very quickly. You can, if you know, you can edit it if they don't understand the question while it is up. So you can click edit there. You can export it. And when I say export, you can create a screenshot. So say you want to capture this thinking here, you'll click screenshot and it will automatically give you a picture of your word cloud or any type of poll that you have. You can duplicate if you want to just duplicate the question, and then your response history shows you who responded. So you have the screen name there, and they'll be prompted to put in their screen name their first time logging in. And you can delete it, of course. And then so over here you have how do you want them to respond, and I normally keep the two options on with the text messaging or the website. And then here you have who responds. So your restriction piece, who can participate, and it's just easier to click everyone because they're the only people that will know your code. And then how do you want to identify participants? You definitely want to use a screen name because again, it gives you that report of who chose what, and you can kind of guide their thinking like, oh, okay, Ashley doesn't really get my question. I'm gonna have to go back to her at a later date and see what's going on. I wouldn't do anonymous. Okay. And then you have your response settings, so you want them to do it as many times as they're like. I kind of like this option because sometimes you want the thinking to actively flow, or you just want them to do it one time or twice or whatever. And then you can change your answer if you want them to just be able to change your answer. And then you can also have it like a uh, custom reply message. So if you want to say, "Oh, thank you for replying," after they have put in their response, and then you have your moderation tools here. So This is Paul Everywhere. I hope you enjoy and I hope you explore some more. See you next time.